Welcome to your 4state.com's Medical Corner. I'm Sujata Khandelwal. Right now we're joined by Dr. Dan Michaels of the Reconstructive Foot and Ankle Institute, and he's our specialist on foot and ankle conditions. Nice to have you, Dr. Michaels.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about this latest trend of barefoot running.
Well, barefoot running is self-described as basically running without shoes on or running with minimal amounts of shoes on. There are several manufacturers that are getting into the minimalist type running shoes, and or just barefoot running. I was going home the other day and I saw someone running on the highway barefoot, and in the rain, and that's something that is taking hold right now. Bottom line, we evolved without shoes on. We evolved feet without shoes on, and some tribes still run with minimalist amounts, like a little piece of leather on the bottom of their foot. Now, we've always, in our country, have run a lot with really thick running shoes, fairly heavy. Research shows any shoe over 3 ounces can decrease your athletic performance. So a lighter shoe would be beneficial. So is barefoot running really the best thing? Well, it depends. There's a lot of variables on this, and it's a really long topic to get into. But in short, barefoot running on hard, man-made, flat surfaces is not a good idea. You want to have something, at least something, to help protect your feet from glass or nails or stones. And it's also a good idea to run on the balls of your foot, not landing on the heel and then rolling off your foot. That's how we walk, and that's fine. But for running, it's better to run not on your toes, but on the balls of your foot. And that gives your body the chance to absorb shock. This is basically a natural shock absorber. So by running with a minimalist shoe or a very thin membrane on the bottom of your foot, running on the ball of your foot is really the best way to go. Now, you can land on the ball and kind of bounce, a little tap on the heel and kind of go back and forth. But if you could train yourself to run the ball like when you sprint, that's how you run. You run on the balls of your feet. That's a good idea. Now, if you want to go strictly barefoot, I recommend doing that on the beach. Like, for example, the sand down in Daytona Beach is very hard packed, and you can run pretty easily on that. You can bike on it too. It's so hard. But sand is really a good mechanism to run barefoot on. Our foot is designed basically to run barefoot or walk barefoot on dirt and sand, but not flat surfaces that are not found in nature. Flat surfaces aren't found in nature. They're concrete, they're hardwood floors, tile floors. On those, they're man-made, so they're fake. And your foot has a natural arch to it, and your foot's going to flatten if you stand on those. So it's a good idea on those artificial surfaces, at least, to wear a good shoe with a custom-made arch support to bring the ground that's fake up to your foot to support your foot. Otherwise, if you're on dirt or sand, that would be a better place to wear minimalist shoes, or if you want to run barefoot, but be aware of the objects that could cut your foot. For example, in the sand, there could be shells, razor clams, and those things can be very sharp if you hit just right with all your pressure. So, at your own risk, do that. But a small membrane on the bottom of your foot may be a better solution to that. But again, bottom line, barefoot running is better on dirt and sand and on hard, flat surfaces. A shoe with a support to support your arch and running on the balls of your foot would be better.
Thank you, Dr. Michaels. Again, that was Dr. Dan Michaels of the Reconstructive Foot and Ankle Institute. And don't forget, you can find more information on foot and ankle conditions only here on your 4state.com.